Bad Boy show they ain't too old for this by taking number one. The Gentleman in the Last Full Measure in 15 or 2. Taika Waititi talks to direct a Star Wars movie. Disney drops Fox from 20th Century and Searchlight logo. And the rest of the top 10. Let's go. Welcome back to Stoner Watch Weekend. Box office. Just dive right into it. Now, coming to one this week, we got Bad Boys for Life. Now, they bring in $62.5 million for their weekend haul. That's their total domestic as of right now. It's worldwide. It's sitting at $111.9 million. Now, coming to number 2 this week, we've got 1917. They bring in $21.9 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 41% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $76.6 million. It's worldwide. It's sitting at $144.6 million. Now, coming to number 3 this week and debuting this week, we've got Dolittle. They're bringing $21.8 million from their weekend haul. That's their total domestic as of right now, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $57.3 million. And then coming to number 4 this week, we've got Jumanji Next Level. They bring in $9.7 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 31% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $270.6 million, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $712 million. And then coming to number 5 this week, we've got Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. They're bringing $8.2 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 45.5% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $491.9 million, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $1 billion. That's with a bay. Hell yeah. And coming at number 6, we got Little Women. They bring in $6.3 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 19% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $84.8 million, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $131.9 million. And coming at number 7, we got Just Mercy. They bring in $5.7 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 41% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $19.3 million, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $22.3 million. And coming at number 8, we've got Knives Out. They bring in $4.2 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 24% from last week. Their total domestic as of right now is $145.9 billion, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $278 million. And coming at number 9, we've got Like a Boss. They bring in $4 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 60% from last week. The total domestic as of right now is $17 million, and it's worldwide. It's sitting at $18.9 million. And rounding out our top 10, we've got Frozen 2. They bring in $3.8 million for their weekend haul. They're down almost 35.5% from last week. The total domestic as of right now is $464.9 million, and their box office is sitting at $1.4 billion. That's what the B. Hell yeah. I mean, that's one hell of a top 10. Now, Bad Boys for Life jump into number 1, and they're already talking possibly doing a 4th one and what have you. So I'm hearing really good reviews about this movie. They're saying it's like a lot of fun. So, I mean, it looks pretty funny in the trailers and what have you. So, I don't know. And 1917, they did add on like almost 200 screens this week and stuff like that, but they couldn't work that magic twice in 2 weeks in a row. But it did keep them in the top 5, so you gotta give them that. And now Doolittle's coming in at 3 this week. Now they're saying this is like not what they were hoping to get, so I don't know. And I'm not hearing really all that good reviews about that movie, so I don't know. I mean, Jumanji's approaching it. They're $700 million. That's not too bad, but it is what it is. Well, Rise of Skywalker is now in the $1 billion club, so Disney's got to be happy as all hell to have that, stuff like that. Now, I was like talking to somebody online the other day, and they were actually sitting there saying that, they were like saying that, Disney wants to fire Kathleen Kennedy. And I got to tell you, no, they don't. I mean, no, they would want to have a little bit better of an outcome that they've gotten so far with the films that they put out so far, but they're not out to fire her. I mean, 4 out of 5 movies that she's put out made over $1 billion. I mean, and you can't argue with that. I don't care what you say about merchandise and this and what have you. They all 4 out of 5 made $1 billion. I mean, plain and simple. I mean, that's a pretty good damn track record. Now, I think Solo would have made a lot more money if they would actually put that out in December of 2018 instead of like in May like they did and stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. But I mean, I'm not saying they would have made $1 billion, but it probably would have made more than 300 and some odd million, right? So I mean, at least I think they would, because if for a while there, like Star Wars was pretty much owning Christmas, or at least the Christmas season and what have you. Everybody was going to see Star Wars during Christmas vacation and what have you, So I don't know. But it is what it is. They are $1 billion and stuff like that. And then Frozen 2, they're at 1.4 billion and stuff like that, so, and they are still in the top 10. You got to give them credit in week 9. So that's something else. So I don't know. Did you check out Bad Boys for Life this weekend? Did you go see 1917? Dolittle? Did you go see Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker again? Let me know in the comments down below. Now it's time for Stone to Watch 15 or 2. All right, let's just dive right into it. And coming in for number 1 this week, we've got The Gentleman. Now they're calling it action crime. Now the description reads, a British drug lord tries to sell off his highly profitable empire to a dynasty of Oklahoma billionaires. It's being directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Huhn, Michelle Dockery, and Jeremy Strong, just to name a few. Now, I watched the trailer for this thing for the first time a few minutes ago, and it looks pretty damn funny, even though they're not calling it a comedy. So, I don't know, but it looks pretty damn funny. Actually, it looks pretty damn good. So, I'm going to say it when I say it. If I see it, I'm going to say matinee and matinee at the most. But this does actually looks pretty damn good. So, I might check it out. I doubt I'm going to go opening weekend, but I definitely like to check this movie out. So, we'll have to wait and see how that really plays out. So, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for The Gentleman? You going to check it out this weekend? Let me know in the comments down below. Second on the list this week, we've got The Turning. Now, they're calling it a drama horror mystery. Now, the description reads, a young governess is hired by a man who has become responsible for his young nephew and niece after the death of their parents. It's a modern take on Henry James' novel, Turn of the Screw. Now, this movie is being directed by Floria Sigmund. Sorry if I butchered your name. Starring Mackenzie Davis, Finn Wolfhard, Brooklyn Prince, and Karen Egan. Now, I just watched the trailer for this thing for the first time a few minutes ago, and I have to say this movie looks pretty damn messed up. Now, horror movies are not my thing, but I have to tell you, this looks awfully interesting. I mean, I don't know. I doubt I'll go see it opening weekend, what have you. So when I see it, if I see it, that's if I see it. I'm going to say matinee and matinee at the most. But this movie looks freaky, dude. I mean, freaky. So I don't know. I mean, no, this movie looks kind of messed up. So I don't know. Wow. I can't wait. That trailer really got me. So I don't know. Did you see the trailer for The Turning? You go check this movie out. Let me know in the comments down below. Third up this week, we've got The Last Full Measure. Now, they're calling it a drama war. Now, the description reads, 34 years after his death, Airman William H. Pitsenberger Jr., Pitts, is awarded the highest military honor for his actions on the battlefield. Now, this movie is being directed by Todd Robinson, starring Christopher Plummer, Samuel L. Jackson, Sebastian Stan, and Bradley Whitford, to name a few. And I did see a few other familiar faces in the trailer, but all I can say about this movie, it looks damn good. I mean, I doubt I'll go see it opening weekend, what have you. So when I see it, if I see it, I'm going to say matinee and matinee at the most. I'm not saying this movie is terrible. This movie looks pretty damn good and way, way, way interesting. So I actually would like to kind of see this movie. Again, I probably won't go see it opening weekend, but I definitely want to check this thing out before it gets out of the theater. So I don't know. Did you see the trailer for The Last Full Measure? You're going to check this movie out. Let me know in the comments down below. And finally this week, we've got Blind Eyes Open. Now, they're calling it a drama. Now, the description reads, a Christian documentary diving into the sex trafficking industry in the U.S., exposing the darkness that fuels the demand, highlighting the survivors' transformations through Christ, and showing Christ as the hope for all involved. Now, this is being directed by Jeffrey Rogers. Now, I have to say, I watched the trailer for this thing for the first time a few minutes ago, and I have to say, this is pretty damn messed up that this is actually going on. I mean, it's just pretty damn messed up. Now, it looks like it's only going to be in theaters for one day and one day only on January 23rd. I mean, so I doubt I'll actually get a chance to check it out myself personally in the theaters. So I'll probably end up watching it at home. But if you want to see this in the theaters, it's going to be January 23rd. So check your local listings and what have you. So I don't know, did you see the trailer for The Blind Eyes Open? Let me know in the comments down below. In movie news, Taika Waititi was approached by Disney to possibly direct a Star Wars movie. Now, this story comes to us from The Hollywood Reporter, and it reads, following a recent installment of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the space franchise is set to go on pause in terms of theatrical movies. But that does not mean that the process is ground to a halt. Taika Waititi, filmmaker behind Oscar-nominated Jojo Rabbit, Thor Ragnarok, has been approached to develop a Star Wars movie, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. It is unclear where things stand in those talks. It is also unclear whether the project is separate from the one being developed by Kevin Feige, with whom he closely worked on Ragnarok, or a separate Star Wars project. Disney and Lucasfilm producers of the Star Wars movies have no comment at this point. Now, I personally think this would be pretty damn awesome. Now, I have only really seen like two things that he's actually directed and what have you, so I don't really have much to judge on what have you, but just by what I've seen so far, and I actually want to actually see that movie Jojo Rabbit. That looks pretty damn interesting to say the least, and his episode that he directed for Mandalorian was just totally awesome. Totally awesome. Now, some people were complaining that maybe his humor might not be all that great for a Star Wars movie and what have you. Might be a little bit too much, like the biker scout scene and stuff like that from the Mandalorian. But I disagree. I think it would be kind of funny. Now, the Thor Ragnarok movie was kind of funny, but there was a lot of good stuff that was also in that movie too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he actually has in store. Now, this report is just saying he's in talks to direct. They're not actually saying that he's in talks to write and direct. So that'd be kind of interesting to see whether or not, if that plays out that way. It'd be kind of cool to find out whether or not if he's actually working with Kevin Feige on this project or if it's something completely separate altogether. So that'd be kind of interesting to find that out. So I don't know. I mean, are you looking forward to Taika Waititi's Star Wars directed movie? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think it'd be a cool idea that he was working with Kevin Feige or if he's got something separate? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, this is a pretty damn good news and what have you. Again, I think Jojo Rabbit looks pretty damn good. I have not had a chance to go catch it in the theaters, but I definitely want to see that movie because it looks interesting, to say the least. So, I don't know. This is pretty good news as far as I'm concerned. So, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. In other movie-related news, Disney removes Fox from the 20th Century and Searchlight logos. Now, this report comes to us from Screen Rant, and it says, the Walt Disney Company has dropped the Fox from its 20th Century and Searchlight logos after its acquisition last March for $71.3 billion. The report goes on to say the Walt Disney Company has dropped the Fox from its 20th Century and Searchlight logos. Disney acquired 20th Century Fox last March for $71.3 billion. The deal included their film and TV studios and not their broadcast network or Fox News, which remain under the Rupert Murdoch own Fox Corp. Disney appears to have big plans regarding the integration of the 20th Century and its sister studio, Searchlight, as well as the associated properties. In the wake of the underperforming Fox films post-merger, Disney has devised a plan to reboot a handful of well-known Fox franchises to start fresh. Recognizing what Fox has done well, such as Miracle on 34th Street, which Disney attached their logo on Disney Plus. Disney will move forward with the after-mentioned studios. The most recent rebranding is the more symbolic of this planned reset. So I don't know, man. This is kind of like an end of the era, right? Because like I remember watching, every time I hear the 20th Century fanfare, I automatically think of Star Wars, right? Because like the first three movies, that's how it was distributed. So that's just gonna be kind of weird to not to see that anymore. But it makes a lot of sense, you know. I mean, they bought it, so why would you want to have one of your possible, you know? I mean, Fox is still a company, so why would you want to have that on there? It would maybe kind of confusing to some people. Some people are like not too happy with it. I don't know. I mean, change happens. It's like it just kind of goes with the time, and they did buy it, so they're gonna want to put their own brand on it, their own spin on it, and stuff like that. So it is what it is, you know. So now it's going to be called 20th Century Studios and Searchlight Pictures from now on. So that's pretty damn, I don't know. All depends on what you think. So what do you think? Does this bother you that Fox is being dropped from the logos on those two film companies and stuff like that? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think it's a little bit of a bummer, to say the least, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like. So I wonder if they'll actually keep the music. Now, I heard earlier that some people were talking online that they think they might actually keep the music or they might get rid of it altogether. Are they going to have like a brand new type of logo and stuff like that? Now, they said it was like you could see it in Disney Plus, so maybe I'll go check that out and get back with you, see what it looks like. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, man. It's been one crazy week, but I don't know. Did you check out these movies in the top 10? I mean, Bad Boys for Life, they're in the number one at the box office. That's pretty damn good for a sequel that's like almost 20 years old and what have you, right? So, I don't know. 1917, they add on more screens, but didn't help them get number one again, but it did keep them in the top 5. Dolittle, I guess I'm not really hearing all that good things about this movie. They're saying the effects and stuff are really good, so I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that Downey Jr. can actually get a hit outside the MCU and what have you. So I don't know. It's kind of messed up. So, and they're already predicting like when he's going to go back to the MCU. I mean, the only movie he can actually go back to would be Black Widow, and that'd be it, right? Because in case you haven't seen Endgame, he dies. Spoiler. But anyway, so I don't know. I have to wait and see how that plays out. I mean, that should be the only movie he pops in, unless they like do like in the next Spider-Man whatever home 3 whatever movie. If he could pop in there, it'd be like a hologram. But he can't. You know what I mean? That'd be about it. So I don't have to wait and see how that really plays out. So I don't know. 15-2, gentlemen. That looks pretty damn good. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a big, huge Guy Ritchie fan and what have you, but there's a couple movies he's done. I don't mind. And I did catch Aladdin a couple weeks ago with my wife on Disney Plus and what have you. So I'll have a review for that movie up here pretty soon. Watch out for that. But I mean, that was pretty good. And the Gentleman actually looks pretty damn good. So I don't know. I doubt I'll go check in opening weekend, but it does look pretty damn good. Now, that Turning movie, that looks kind of all messed up, man. It looks all messed up and stuff like that. I mean, all crazy kind of stuff. Last Full Measure, that looks pretty damn good. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know about catching an opening weekend, but I definitely would like to catch that one in the theater. Blind Eyes Open, that's like a one-day only thing. So if that's like you want to catch this thing, I mean, they called it a drama, but then it's like in the description, they call it a documentary, so they don't know what they are. But they're only out on January 23rd. So if you want to catch it, that's the only day. So check your local listings and what have you. Taika Waititi in talks of possibly doing a Star Wars movie. That's pretty damn badass as far as I'm concerned. I mean, granted, I've only seen Ragnarok, his one Mandalorian show that he directed and what have you. That's pretty much all I got to go on. You know, I didn't see the other stuff yet. I mean, and I think he did a horror movie. No offense, but I don't really plan on watching it because horror movies are not my thing. So that's not really a good judgment thing for me. But like I said, I'm looking forward to, mind you, because his episode for Mandalorian was awesome. Ragnarok was pretty damn awesome and what have you. So I'm all for it. So I'm just kind of wondering whether if he's going to write it and direct or if he's just directing. So I have to wait and see how that all plays out. 20th Century Fox, or excuse me, 20th Century Studios now, because they dropped the Fox. Same thing with Searchlight Pictures. So, I mean, you kind of had to know that was coming because they got to twist it, make it their own brand and what have you. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess some people were hoping they would have kept it. I don't know, man. We have to wait and see how that all plays out. As long as we get good movies, because that's pretty much what we want, right? So I did see something like a little report that Kevin Feige and Patrick Stewart were talking about stuff. So everybody's all speculating that he's going to come back as Professor X and what have you, or he's not coming back as Professor X. So we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. I didn't get a chance to actually read the article, or I would have done a story on it. So maybe next time we'll have to see. Maybe by next week we'll actually have more news on it. What have you? Maybe we'll get more. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Did you see any of these movies in the top 10? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you go see Bad Boys? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to go see Gentlemen or Last Full Measure this weekend? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, what do you think? You think Taika Waititi's got what it takes to direct a Star Wars movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you really care that they dropped the Fox from 20th Century and Searchlight? Let me know in the comments down below. So, I don't know, man. Catch you next time. Peace. Make sure you click on that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I drop another video. Hey, while you're at it, check out one of my other movie review videos or check out one of my drum cover videos. Give it a like, give it a share. Join in the discussion in the comments down below. Have a good day. Peace.